AVC, Sean from Buzzbomb Records coming at you again with another video from the bunker. Uh, this is a response to the Vinyl Guru's Black Vinyl Album Challenge. Hopefully I got that right. And I've got my hashtag right, so everybody can find this. So, anyway, thought I'd take a swing at this, pulled some stuff to show. I will start off by saying I have not viewed anybody else's response. I kind of did that on purpose so that wouldn't skew anything that I pulled. But I'm going to guess there's probably a couple in here at least. Some others have shown already. So I guess on those I'll just be piling on. And then hopefully there's maybe a couple that nobody's done yet. So anyway, let's jump in, get started. So this first one, a little bit of a cheat because it's not really all black, but I had this out the other day and thought I would show it. So Metal Massacre, the famous, first, I believe this is the first appearance by Metallica on anything. This is not the original press. I'm still kind of looking for one of those. I think this is a third press, if I remember right. But anyway, still kind of hard to find. But yeah, Metal Massacre, and I didn't really listen to this too much at the time, but yeah, it's got Black and Blue on here too, so Tommy Thayer, the man from Kiss. Metal Massacre. What's next? It wouldn't be me, if you've watched any of my other videos before, it wouldn't be me if I didn't show at least one Tool record. So this is Undertow. As you see over my, I guess that's my right shoulder, the 10,000 Days, kind of way back there in the distance. I was going to show that one too, but I was listening to that, so that's what that little platform is. So if I'm listening to it, that's kind of what's back there. My now playing position, I guess. But anyway, Undertow, awesome Tool record. This is a first press. Again, you can get represses of this all day long. Not that rare at all, but great Tool record. This was actually my introduction to Tool, was this one. Was Sober. Was the first thing I saw. Probably saw that video on MTV or something, and was like, who are those guys, man? But Tool, Undertow. This one I'm going to guess some folks have shown. Little T-Rex, Electric Wire. Classic record. Awesome cover, by the way. And this is the, save the hype sticker, yeah. This is a Rocktober one from, God, when was this? Last year? Or maybe a couple years ago? I can't remember. Well, T-Rex, this one might be a cheat too, but I thought I'd show it. The Cult, Love. So, probably not their most popular album. Electric is probably their most popular album, where a lot of people got into them, but they probably heard them first on this with She Sells Sanctuary. That was the first thing that I'd heard of the Cult, was this record. Real popular when I was in college, so this was kind of my introduction to them. Yeah, I don't know if I like Electric better than this one or not, but this is a really good record. So, Cult, Love. Another one of my faves. This is At the Drive-In, In Casino, Out. Same story as the last one, not their most popular. Don't really see this one that often, but this has actually got my favorite, Hula Hoop Wounds. My favorite At the Drive-In song is on this one. And again, good band, awesome band, good record. Don't see that one that often. This one I got, somebody has had to have shown this. It doesn't really get more iconic than this. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. This is in fact the copy that I've had since high school. My original copy that I bought. Pretty sure I bought this at the drugstore in Sheridan, Wyoming in 1983. Pretty sure that's where I got this. But anyway, I've had this one since high school. This is my original copy. No more iconic than that one, man. There's another one. This is a college era one for me. Cure Concert. Great live record. I know they've done other live stuff, but in my opinion, I don't think it touches this one. I'm a way bigger fan of their earlier material than as they kind of got past really disintegration, kind of lost interest. But But the early stuff is, I mean, still one of my favorite kind of eras of music is, and this was kind of what I was listening to in college alongside a lot of the punk stuff was stuff like The Cure and the Smiths. But this one, big one of my favorites, and the Charlotte Sometimes, yeah, the Charlotte Sometimes version that's on here is freaking awesome. I don't know what album that was on. It's not coming to mind, but the one on that record is really good. Another one. I don't know if everybody will know who these guys are, but Angel City here in the U.S. and then in Australia they were known as, kind of see that, the Angels. But Angel City here in the U.S. This is Dark Room. And it's actually backed by Night Attack. It's on the other side. Which anybody has the U.S. It's actually up on my wall upstairs. The U.S. version of Night Attack is a white cover. But this was obviously a repress, 2-for-1. Both records are in here. But this one, Dark Room, it's not my favorite. In fact, I would probably put this down the list. Probably even behind Night Attack. But Face to Face, that's another one that's out in the other room. I was kind of preparing for another video before I decided to do this one first. Was that's one of my top 10 records. Angel City, Face to Face. Again, this is Dark Room. This is the Australian version again, so that's why it's called the Angels. But great band. You know, if you're not familiar with them, they sound a lot like these guys. And maybe that's because they're from the same country, but Angel City's got that, you know, 2-guitar sound. Sounds a lot like these guys here, and this would be AC/DC. Let There Be Rock. This is the Australian version. Gatefold. You can see there. Really cool version of this record. And again, you don't see this one all that often. You see the TNT one, which I've got, and the High Voltage, and the Dirty Deeds. But you don't see this one that often. At least here. It's probably dime a dozen in Australia, my guess is. But don't see that one a whole lot here. So, good record. That's on the... I can get this right. It was kind of navy blue Albert label, the Australian label, which is pretty cool. AC/DC, favorite bands of all time, so I gotta show some Descendants. Hypercaphium Spazzinate. This is their last release. Don't listen to it all that much. I still prefer their earlier stuff, but it's you know, it's classic Descendants, pretty good. This is the colored vinyl version. There was a couple of these. This one came on the Coke bottle, which is really neat. I think really cool color. This came on the Coke bottle, green. You can kind of see there. Until Descendants. And I gotta show some Johnny. You gotta have some Johnny in there, the Man in Black, if you're talking about black album covers. So this one here, American Recordings. This one's got Hurt, I believe. Yep. This one's got Hurt on it, so that's a top 5. That's probably top 3 actually for me, as far as my favorite songs of all time. His version of the 9 Inch Nails song Hurt. I mean, if you haven't seen that, I gotta think you have, but if you haven't seen that and seen the video, I mean, it is just, I mean, again, iconic stuff, man. Iconic stuff. The way he does that, the way they filmed it, where he was in his life. I mean, it's just good stuff, man. So, you gotta show some Johnny. Another one, somebody's had to have shown this. I'm gonna guess somebody's shown this. But Chicago Transit Authority. I mean, this original Chicago stuff, it doesn't get any better than this, man. Just good stuff all the way around. I know these guys kind of get panned for the mid 80s, you know, when Peter Cetera kind of took over. But I mean, even then, I mean, that's classic slow dance music at the high school dance, you know. This stuff here is just I mean, classic fusion jazz, horns, awesome guitars. So CTA. This one here is a cheap probably too, because it's not really an album, but I had to show it just because, again, talk iconic kind of status. This is Blue Monday, the New Order Blue Monday EP. So classic with the die cut, floppy disk jacket. So let's show that one. Again, not an album, but another one. As I kind of get through these, as you noticed on those first few, some color, black and white. As I move into these last couple, it doesn't get any darker than these. This is the Weezer Black Album. Again, not my favorite. I don't listen to this one all that much. As far as Weezer goes, actually, anything beyond the Green album I don't really listen to. The favorite is the Blue, the first one. But that's a pretty black album cover. This is another one. This is a reissue of the Third Eye Blind record. You can kind of see how cool the, whatever they call that one, I know that's an embossed kind of up top, but anyway, really cool cover what they did to this one. On the original one, anybody who's got that knows I think it was kind of blue, a purplish kind of red, which I've got an original press of this too. But this one came out a couple years ago, this reissue here. Again, great. One of my favorite records of that kind of era. I played the crap out of this thing, and Filter, and we were going up skiing and listening to this, me and a couple of my friends. So I played this one to death. It's got tons of, I don't like the word, or have to say it's always hits, but just well-known stuff. Very well written, very well recorded. Good record. This one actually has, so it's gatefold. Get your lyrics in there. It's a 3-record set total, but it's got this really cool die cut in the back sleeve. You can kind of see that. So, anyway, cool cover, good record, awesome re-release. This one here, so these last couple, looks like a black cover to me. Pretty black, really nothing on it, so I guess it really could be anything. There's any guesses to what might have been or is inside this? Very black cover, and on the inside is this. So that's Prince's Black Album, and there's no way this is an original press. I'm pretty certain of that when I looked this up in Discogs and trying to figure out what I had. And again, I didn't pay that much for it, so I'm sure it's a bootleg, but anyway, it's kind of cool piece to have anyway. Obviously, I would love to have a first press of this thing. Prince's Black Album. Then last but not least, Black Album covered. See if I can get that to reflect right there. You go. Beatles Black Album. Pretty black, except for that nice ding up there in the top left, where some knucklehead decided to put the price sticker right on the jacket. And that's what happens. That's why we don't like that. Beatles Black Album. And gatefold. And records, if you haven't seen those, look like this. So there's the label. Beatles Black Album. And again, that one came with the poster. Which, do this right. Yeah, anyway. There's a poster inside. So that's my Black Albums covers. Hope you did okay. Vinyl Guru, back to you. Thanks for watching.